Let's make some oil pastel transfers. The first thing you're gonna need is some of your white paper. You're gonna use the big, long white paper. Mine's a little bit shorter than yours, but that's okay. And then you're going to need your set of oil pastels. So you can do one of two things. You can color your oil pastels on one side of your paper, and then when we do the transfer, you can fold your paper and your transfer will be on the opposite side. Or you can put your oil pastels on one piece of paper and place a second sheet of paper on top to create your transfer drawing, just like that. So I'm gonna do the folding method. Let me show you how this works. I'm first going to take the oil pastel colors that I want to see in my final image. So I'm just going to color all over my paper with my oil pastels. Okay, I chose to do blocks of color. You can do any kind of pattern or any kind of scribble you want for the transfer paper. Now that I'm ready to do my drawing and create my transfer, I'm gonna fold my paper to meet at the edge of where I colored. And then I'm simply going to take a pencil and draw a design, making sure that I'm only drawing where I know there's oil pastels. So here's my pencil, and I'm gonna draw my design. Now that I've finished my design, let's see what our transfer art looks like. Open your paper, and you should see that you have created another piece of art on the other side, but it's colored with oil pastels because as you pressed with the pencil on the paper, the oil pastel was sticking to where you were drawing. Also, remember that if you write letters, they're going to be backwards when you open your drawing. Let me show you what that looks like. So I've written the phrase "fun in the sun," and when I open to see my transfer, you'll notice that "fun in the sun" is now written backwards. It's a mirror image. So if you want to include words or letters on your oil pastel transfer, you want to make sure you write them backwards. You can make as many of these oil transfers as you want. As long as you have oil pastels and white paper, you're good to go. Have fun! Our first step is going to be just like our oil pastel transfer. We're going to fill our white paper with oil pastel. Try to make it as dark as you can. You see I have lots of white space in here that I'm going to need to go back and fill in before I use my tempera paint. Also, you can go all the way to the edge of your paper if you'd like, or you can make a smaller design like I did and cut it down once it's dry and complete. See how much darker that is? Now I'm ready for my black tempera paint. So I'm simply going to get my paint on my paintbrush and cover all of the oil pastel. I want my black to completely cover the color, so I may need to go back and do this a few times before it's ready to scratch off. Okay, so once you have enough coats of tempera paint over your oil pastel, you should be able to take a pencil or a skewer, something with a sharper tip so that you can scratch off your art. I wrote God made colors, you see that? And I've cut out my DIY scratch off so that I can frame it if I want, hang it somewhere. All you gotta do is take your scissors and cut off the white edging. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with.